A pleasant afternoon and evening around southern West Virginia, but as we go through the overnight hours, you want to keep looking up. Why? Because, of course, we have that lunar eclipse that meteorologist Christian Boatler was telling you about a few minutes ago. A nice Friday, but it will be breezy with elevated fire danger because we're going to see the breezes pick back up and the humidity levels will be just as low as they were today, maybe even a shade lower. Showers and thunderstorms take us through our Saturday evening into our Sunday morning, and some of those will be on the strong side. We'll show you exactly what the Storm Prediction Center is thinking about them and coming up in just a couple of minutes. First, though, right on the state line between West Virginia and Kentucky, there are some showers making their way to the southeast, so clipping our far southwestern areas. And that's, of course, going to take it towards War and Richlands. Perhaps you'll see a little bit of a shower as you go through the next hour or two. And zooming it back out to the full range, this is really about the only game in town in terms of the regional activity. Not really much else to look at. There have been some reports, though, of damage and hail, large hail, in portions of Kentucky and Tennessee as we've gone through the earlier hours this evening. Upcoming weather pattern is going to call for a chance for showers, not only as we go through, of course, tonight, that little tiny spot, but also as we go through our Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. You see by Saturday morning, we begin to see that chance for rain make its way into the region, but the biggest activity, the heaviest activity, will be off to our southwest in portions of Tennessee, Alabama, and back into northern Georgia as well. You can see these little yellow lines here. These indicate the heavier thunderstorms that are going to make their way through this part of the country, the Ohio Valley back into the Tennessee Valley. The big question is, will they get here to southern West Virginia? Well, the Futurecast is predicting that at least some heavier showers and thunderstorms are going to make their way into the region. I think we keep it below severe limits. However, it's something that we'll be tracking for you as we go through our Sunday morning. As we go through our Sunday afternoon, you see by 8:30 and Sunday evening, we begin to see all that activity push off to the east, and eventually it's out of here, only to return with a little bit of snow being forecasted by the Futurecast as we go through our Thursday night, as we begin to see much colder temperatures make their way into the area. That happens as we see another front swing its way through the region. So there is that slight risk for severe weather according to the Storm Prediction Center. This is the day 3 outlook. In other words, Saturday morning through Sunday morning. Areas indicated in the yellow on your screen are the ones that have that slight risk. Areas off to the east have more general thunderstorms. That, of course, includes the eastern portion of our area. For tomorrow, before all that happens, we have an elevated brush fire risk, mainly from 2 to 6 p.m., of course, as those humidity levels drop and the winds start to pick up as we go through the afternoon. Aches and pains forecast. There are some smiley and frowny faces here, as we are going to see pressures go up and down as a couple of storm systems make their way into the region. So that's something we'll be watching out for. Aches and pains forecast is sponsored by ARH. 7-day forecast is going to call for that cool down once we see that big system come through the area after that 80% chance for the showers and thunderstorms. 51, that's the best we'll be able to do, but that's pretty close to where it should be. Then comes that cooler and rainy pattern that we'll set up as we go through the last day of our forecast on Thursday. Before that, though, temperatures on the rebound, upper 60s and lower 70s. The old weather roller coaster back in effect. More news coming up in just a couple of minutes.